sucker.
You remember Renee Dupree?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Renee Dupree gave an interview recently to a podcast. I think it's called That 90s Wrestling Podcast. And on it, he had some comments about Goldberg. And I just wanted to read them to you. And I don't know if you've heard these yet, but let me just read you the quote real quick. And I want to get your feedback on what he said. This is him talking about working with Goldberg during his time there in WWE. He said, Goldberg dislocated his collarbone. La Resistance had a pre-tape in the back with Goldberg.
Goldberg dislocated his collarbone?
Renee Dupree's
collarbone.
Renee Dupree's collarbone. Excuse me, pronouns, pal. We had a pre-tape in the back with Goldberg, and he hit me with the French flag, and we had to do it 5 takes. To this day, if I try to flex, it still hurts. Yeah, he's the S's, S-H-I-T-S. He's horrible. Many wrestlers will tell you that. To me, WWE must be desperate. That's the only thing I can figure. They can't create new stars, or they don't have confidence in the people that they have. That's from Renee Dupree, who spent, I don't know, a few years with the company. What do you think about all that? What do you think about his comments?
I don't know. You know what, man? I hate even, commenting on stories like that, because I try to stay out of the middle of sometimes just personal beef,
right?
Professional jealousies, because I always say, if I was any one of the guys in the locker room and I saw Goldberg coming in and getting the push, and next thing you know, he's freaking a millionaire, and he's the hottest thing on television, on late night talk shows and all this kind of stuff. Man, I'd be so envious, man. I want to be him. All right. I would want to be him. I would want to be that guy, knowing that he, hadn't put in the time that I have. But the one thing that I'm not going to do is hate on the guy. I can't do it, because like I say, I wish I would have got, put in that position when I was coming up and got it, I wouldn't say given to me, but, placed in a position where all I had to do was grab it. Man, I would have loved that, and then when I hear people like Renee Dupree, who had an opportunity, man, this guy had opportunities just like everybody else. And I'm sure he wishes that the company would bring him back at the age he is and put him in an angle with one of these young guys and pay him a nice check for it. Send him, I would imagine so. Okay. I could be wrong. Okay, I could be wrong. But when I hear that kind of talk like that, as far as he broke my shoulder or whatever, collarbone. The time to speak up about that collarbone thing was back then, and say, bro, what the hell are you doing? Bro, you about to hurt me. Hit me like that one more time and see what happens. We're gonna be in a fight. Okay, I'm just saying. That's what I would have said. Oh, okay, I would be talking 15 years later about how bad it hurt. Okay, we would have, had to confront with each other about something like that happening. And I just hate to hear, people talk like that. He's coming back, and WWE is desperate. And like I say, I'm sure he wish he was the person in that spot where, still the company would be desperate, but he was the guy, in that spot. And it just, I don't know, it's wrong in a lot of ways as well, because, Renee Dupree was, he was on a trajectory where he was going to do pretty good. And I can't remember what happened. I think it was not having a drink, with somebody.
Oh yeah.
When you don't have a drink with people in the company, things can go wrong. Remember, didn't Alex Riley say something like that?
I think so, yeah.
And I think that's what happened with Renee Dupree. And then again, I don't know, he wasn't the greatest worker in the world, but he looked good. He had something that the company could use back then. But when I hear a guy like that disparage a guy like Goldberg and call him the crap, this is the same guy that, like I say, I hate talking about stuff like this, but when you put yourself out there, I got to, you know, Goldberg's a friend of mine. So I'm going to defend him on this. Renee Dupree, he's a guy that's, you know, I've always been fond of Renee Dupree as well. But when I hear him talk like this many years later, I'm very surprised, because this is the same guy, Bob Holly, beat up. I'm talking about not just, I mean, I wouldn't even call it beaten up. It was just assaulted. And he didn't even try to fight back. Beat him through the locker room, all the way out the back door, out of the building. And he never tried once to fight back. This is the same guy. I remember we were going overseas, and, you know, he bought a nice suit and he had some nice shoes. And he was like, "Book, check my suit out." I was like, "Bro, you're looking real good." By the end of that tour, he looked like he had, you know, been to Iraq and back. I'm talking about on a tour of duty. He came in one night from his match to take a shower, and he realized he was taking a shower with his suit that was glued next to him with industrial glue. His shoes were in the shower as well, and they were filled with water. And I don't remember him saying, "Man, you know, who did this? You know, I'm ready to fight." Me personally, if that would have happened to me on a tour, somebody would have been in a fight. I don't care who it was. I would have picked a fight with somebody who I just thought it was. I would have got fired on that tour, because somebody would have gotten into a fight, because that's a rib that, you know, shouldn't go. This is the same guy that I remember they took his computer bag and ribbed him, and he never got it back, his computer bag. And so I'm listening to this come from someone that, you know, like I said, some people should just lay out when it comes to making comments like that, because it's like, I'm like a lawyer. When you open the door, I'm gonna, you know, walk right in, right there.
Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Exactly. So he opened the door on this one right here. I say, if you had a beef with Goldberg back then, you should have spoke up about it. I don't remember one time Goldberg not defended himself, or anybody saying, "Man, Goldberg, man, I just walk all over him." I don't remember anybody getting into, you know, Goldberg's space and, you know, treating them in that nature. And for someone to get treated in that nature, to throw dirt on Goldberg's a tough guy. Anybody that walk on the football field, that could play on that gridiron with those guys, you are damn tough. Whether you can beat somebody up in a fight or not, that's another story. But are you going to you know, wimp out when it comes to confrontation? I don't think Goldberg is that guy. Is Goldberg the greatest wrestler that ever put on a pair of boots? Perhaps not. But to hate on him because the company is using Goldberg, hate on the company. Don't hate on Goldberg, because if you was Goldberg, you would do the exact same thing. You would come back and get the money, and you would hope everybody be happy about it. What's up, this Booker T, two-time Hall of Famer. I know you're checking out the shine, checking out the gloss. I want to thank you guys for checking out Row on YouTube. Hey, don't forget to click and subscribe to check out all the latest content right here each and every week. Now, can you dig that, sucker?